Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about the um, mobile web responsiveness and the the site speed of your website. So just like how to make your website very fast. It's going to be a very short video. These are just some things that I forgot to talk about in the past videos, and I just want to cover them right here very quickly. So let's start with the mobile responsiveness. All right, so if you're editing with Elementor, then there's a very easy option to make sure that everything is mobile responsive. So you go down right here and you click responsive mode. Once you do that, this top bar will show up, and then it can let you set it to tab, right, to a tab. So this is what it would look like on a tab, and then on a mobile this is what it would look like. So one thing that you have to understand, or that you have to remember, is that what you do on the main, like on the desktop, right, also affects what happens on the mobile or on the tab side. So what you do on the desktop affects what happens on the tablet, on the mobile. All right, now there are some elements of these things that you can change. I think it's possible to change right here. It's possible to change the alignment. It's possible to change the width and everything, but there are some things that it's not possible to change, like the pictures. It's not possible to change the pictures. What else? The type of button it's not possible to change. The size, I don't know about that, but it seems like it's not possible to change. As long as this mobile icon is not there on the option, it means that it's not possible to change. All right, so you do have to be wary of that, because it can be boring. It can suck if you make a change thinking it looks good on a mobile, and then you go on the other side, doesn't look as well. So I recommend you design for the desktop first, and then you just make sure that everything looks good onto the mobile without going too crazy. Now, another thing that I have to remind you of, something that I have to bring your attention to, is that each browser on the mobile, right, responds to your website differently. Chrome, right, mobile Chrome will respond differently than Opera Mini. UC browser will respond differently compared to the regular browser on your phone. So do keep that in mind, that you cannot design for all these browsing apps that are available on the mobile or on the Android or on the iPhone. There's just so many browsing apps, and each and every one could have a problem with how you placed your CSS. And if you try to chase down each and every part of that, it will be a daunting task. I mean, you could probably do it, but it would be a daunting task. So I recommend you design for the four main ones, on the mobile side. So for the four main apps, so that would be Google Chrome, that would be UC browser, that would be Mozilla, and then Opera, and I think the other one is for the regular browser. So the regular browser and Google Chrome and UC browser would pretty much be fine with whatever setting you do here, but Opera Mini is going to give you a headache. All right, so just remember that. All right, so let's talk about site speed. Alright, so first thing is first, with site speed, there are various factors that could affect the speed of your site. You just never know what particularly could be the problem. It could be a slew of things, especially if you're doing a e-commerce website, so you do have to be wary about that. Also with blogs, It also depends on what host you're using. Are you using a CDN? Just there are many various factors, right? There are many various factors, so it could be a hit or miss whether you can take care of all the factors, right? But it really just comes down to a few things. Now, the first thing that you have to do to make sure that everything operates just as fast and it does not give you like serious problems is you have to go to your file manager. All right, now depending on what host you're using, they have different ways to access the file manager, so do ask about that. Or if you don't want to get too deep into this, you could just give your host a call and then they could set it up for you, but what they could set up for you is actually increasing the WordPress memory limit. All right, this particular line right here tends to be a problem for quite a lot of things. All right, so it can be an issue for quite a lot of things. You could try to add a plugin and then that could cause the whole entire site to crash. You could try to click between maybe go to the admin, and it would take a long time just to get into one section of the admin, and you know what I mean. So that this particular memory limit is actually the result of a lot of problems. Now, there is a security reason why the memory limit is always set to a low, either 32-bit or 64-bit. I don't want to get too deep into that, but what you want to do is that you want to open your HTML. Go to WP config. Right, and then go down, and then as you can see it says add any custom values between this line and the stop editing line. Just below this you want to add this, define WP memory limit. All right, and then you add the code. That's it, done. Simple as that. Now you'll be able to add as much plugins as you want and not experience crashes or anything along those lines. So just save and you're done. Then once this is done, you want to go to your plugins and then you want to search for a cache plugin. All right, so I don't know if you want to call it a cache plugin. People say this thing in different ways. Now you want to say, I like to use WP cache. All right, but there are some good ones. You could utilize WP Optimize, WP Lightspeed. There are a couple of plugins that can be useful. It's just a matter of experimenting with them and then utilizing that. However, I would caution you with using WP Optimize because it tends to build up quite a lot of cache. All right, it builds up quite a lot of cache, and that cache could really use up all the space that you have for your website, and that could lead to problems receiving emails and so on and so on. So WP Optimize can be a bit of a problem. All right, so WP cache has not given me a lot of problems. It does not build up a crazy amount of cache. It really helps the website get faster. Now you need the cache. You need to create a cache to make your website as fast as possible. So you just need to first install this particular plugin. Alright, here we are. So we have WP cache. So it's WP, so it's WP WP fastest cache. Alright, there's Lightspeed cache, WP Optimize, WP super cache, there's W3 total cache, Hummingbird, And let me see another one. Auto optimize. I don't know about SiteGround though, but yeah, these are the ones that I would recommend giving a try and just seeing how they work for your website. I like the Cheetah plugin. All right. So just click install for that one and then activate it. Now you can give Lightspeed Cache a try, or optimize, but do be careful with this one. This one will really chow your space. I don't know exactly why that happens. I tried to figure it out last time, and it was a long journey. I just ended up giving up on it. So yeah, so you can just activate it. Alright, so once you have installed it, just go, scroll down your list of plugins and then click settings. Right, now once you click settings, you'll be opened to this particular option. Now you want to click enable, click preload, home page, pages, in pages. I think that would be pretty much it. But if you have posts, then you can select that. If you have anything else here, then you can select that also. All right, and then don't show the cache version for logged in users. That's alright, you can leave that blank. Don't show the cached version for the mobile devices. Select this on, because sometimes the website, sometimes a mobile could be slow in receiving like the network. It depends on where you are. You never know with a phone, you could be at a place where there's not a strong amount of network, and so the cached version can be very helpful in just getting to the website speedy under the condition that like the network is slow. But also people tend to bounce or give up easily if it takes too long just loading your website, regardless of if you're using a desktop or mobile. So please do make sure you select this option. Is alright. Clear cache files when a new post or page is published. Yes, just click clear all. Alright, clear all and click OK. When a post is updated, clear the cache, clear all cache. Alright, minify the HTML, yes. Minify the CSS, yes. Combine the CSS, yes. Combine the JS, yes. gzip, reduce the size, yes. Browser caching, yes. Disable emojis, yes. Then click submit. Now once you do this, the cache is being created right now for all your pages, and then from there your pages will be loading blindingly fast depending on how light your website is. Now if your website is too heavy, there are other options that you can take to make sure that everything is on point. Now as you can see, it just loaded super fast. All right, now if your website is still facing issues, also make sure that the pictures that you have set up on your website, or the videos and everything, just make sure that you can find a way to reduce the size and not make the size too crazy. The less size that you have, the better. Now you can find, I would suggest you do this manually. If you have a designer or something, you can have them just manually edit the size without losing the quality. You can use plugins also to make your job easy, but you don't have total control over the amount of quality that you could lose, so it could really make a lot of things look blurry, and that could annoy you. So yeah, do keep that in mind. If you're still facing problems, look at the plugins that you have. All right, sometimes a plugin could be a problem in causing your website to be very slow, so I would recommend deactivating and deleting that particular plugin. So also your plugins could also take up some space, but not as much as like the catch or like the pictures that you have. But I do recommend that you also look at your plugins, the plugins that you have, as factors that affect the speed of your website, and just make sure that you find better replacements for those plugins, with the lighter versions of it that will make your website function as smooth as possible. Right, so some plugins that you're not using, you're not doing anything with them, I would recommend you also delete them and just have them removed if it's possible. But if there's a plugin that you're going to be using constantly and you don't want to have to go and reinstall it and everything, then you can just leave it deactivated for usage in another time. Alright, now there are some more advanced stuff that a person can do, like jumping into the file, like into the where is it, the theme file editor, to just edit a couple of small things over there. But we're not gonna talk about that. Just make sure that everything is updated. Just make sure that your pictures are of a good size and quality. Just make sure that you add the catch and add everything. If you can get a CDN, if you can get a content delivery network, then do make sure that you pick one up. Image optimization, it's pretty much automatic. I don't know if this is actually working on the free version of WP fastest catch, but it does seems to be. I see some information, something could be happening, but I don't know about that. Yeah, and then you can clear all the cache if you make changes to the website and there's nothing showing up. So you can just use this clear cache of this page, and then everything will be reflected. So yeah, this is pretty much it for the site speed of your website. Do make sure to be careful when adding pictures to your website, when adding code to your website. Be mindful that this could slow your website. Be mindful of the plugins, and also be mindful of the size of the cache, right? Especially if you are using an e-commerce website with thousands of products. All right, it could try to catch all of those products, and then it could double in size. So just make sure that you have the proper amount of space onto your website so that you do not face any problems.